Tonight on Beyond the Headlines, one of the most anticipated political conversations in Ogun State. For months, the political temperature has been rising inside the Ogun State chapter of the APC, but nowhere has that tension been more dramatic than in Ogun East Senatorial District, where an intense battle is unfolding between two political heavyweights. On one side, Governor Dapo Abiodun, nearing the end of a second term, and now widely reported to have emerged as the APC's preferred consensus candidate for the Ogun East Senate seat. On the other hand, the man currently occupying that seat, former two-term governor of Ogun State, elder statesman, and one of the most influential political figures in the state's modern history, Senator Gbenga Daniel. What began as whispers of internal disagreement has now escalated into a full political confrontation. Senator Daniel was reportedly shut out of a key APC caucus meeting where Governor Abiodun was endorsed. He was at one point reported suspended by his local party structure last year. And yet, against all political expectations, has now obtained his nomination and expression of interest forms, completed screening, and is preparing to challenge the sitting governor in what could become one of the most explosive APC primaries in Nigeria ahead of 2027. The irony is impossible to ignore. These are two men whose political journeys have been deeply intertwined. Senator Daniel says he appointed Dapo Abiodun into government years ago. He says he supported his governorship ambition in 2019. Governor Abiodun, however, says he helped Senator Daniel become senator. Now, both men appear locked in a struggle not just for political office, but for political supremacy. Is this a battle over fairness, a fight over political betrayal, or simply the inevitable collision of two ambitions that can no longer coexist? And are we going to see President Tinubu intervene? Tonight, for the first time since this controversy erupted, Senator Gbenga Daniel joins me live in our studio to speak directly to the people of Ogun State. Distinguished, finally you're here, and thank you for coming.
Thank you, Nifemi, and good evening, viewers.
Absolutely.
I'm happy to be here.
Let's go beyond the headlines. Governor Abiodun has reportedly emerged as your party's preferred consensus candidate for Ogun East. But you have also picked nomination forms. You've been screened. At the heart of it, why are you insisting on this race? What's the fight really about?
Well, thank you very much for giving this opportunity. You will have noticed that in the last few years, I have been muted, and I have not bothered to make comments on some of what you can describe as political shenanigans going on around. The reason is not too far-fetched. The challenges on the street are humongous. People are angry, people are hungry. A few of us who have the opportunity to serve the people, the expectations are very, very high. And our people are not interested in all these skirmishes. So what I've simply done is to bury my head and do the work for which I was elected to do. And I'm very happy and excited, to the glory of God, that the talk on the street is that, to a large extent, I have done very, very well. The records are there. If we start today, we would not finish.
Irrespective of this street endorsement, Otunba, you were shut out of the APC caucus meeting where Governor Abiodun was endorsed. Well,
even that in itself is part of the undue radicalism that we talk about. For all you care, I remain the sitting senator in that senatorial district, which means that I'm the numero uno as far as that senatorial district is concerned. How then do you want to do something if there is no ulterior motives? Whatever they want to do, they should have done it in my presence.
But what did that moment mean to you?
It meant nothing. It's a confirmation of what I had known, which many people... And let me also quickly say this, for the purpose of setting the record straight, there was no consensus. Consensus means that all parties concerned, especially people who have taken the forms, have agreed that, okay, it should go that way. That is the consensus. What you are saying is endorsement. And I don't want to call it procured endorsement. I've been on the ground, I know what I'm talking about. But when you look at the people who are there, without meaning any disrespect, because they are all our people, they are my people. The fact of the case is that virtually all of them, directly or indirectly, are agents of the governor.
Do you feel betrayed by everyone at that meeting?
No, not at all, because I quite appreciate, no, there was no betrayal. I quite appreciate what is going on. You don't know. You don't feel what the people feel. My people are hungry. And people who don't know how they're going to eat the next meal, and then somebody comes and throws their money at them and say, okay, that's whatever they want to do, they go and do it. I can assure you quite a large number of them come to me and say, look, OGD, please, you know we have to do all of these things so that we're not harassed. When you have a system that people are being coerced within the power of incumbency to do things, you have to have pity, not about disloyal, no.
Does that include your colleague at the Senate, Senator Yayi, who is considered your party's consensus candidate? We heard he was also at that meeting.
No. Yayi is our consensus candidate. And I was there when we all agreed. And for good reason. Whether anybody likes it or not, and I'm happy you're asking this question, Ogun West, in the last 60 or so years that Ogun State have been created, have not produced a governor. And here you now have a good senator, quite dynamic, who have done a lot of work. If there is something that is better than consensus, we all have our hands in it. There's no question. But let's take it back to our senatorial district. For purposes of records, and I must say this clearly, there are 9 local governments in Ogun East senatorial district. 3 of them belong to my paternal side, my paternal side, Remo land. 6 of them belong to my maternal side, Ijebu land. I'm the bridge in between. Now, our people are now saying, okay, a Remo man is just coming out of governor. He has not even finished. And he's struggling very hard to come and take the position of somebody who combines both Remo and Ijebu. What do you expect Ijebus to do? This game is just opening, and I'm just praying that our party will open their eyes and do what is right. You
said there is no consensus, but what the governor is saying is that consensus and zoning are meant to strengthen the party and avoid bitter divisions.
No, I'm talking about what definition of consensus means. Yes. I'm saying the endorsement is different from consensus.
No, what critics are saying is that your decision to contest risks deepening fractures within the Ogun APC.
What of his own decision not to even finish what he is doing before jumping at somebody?
Was there a consultation? Did he tell you about, because you are the incumbent senator?
Not at all. If I'm a perfect gentleman, in all of this, if somebody has called me and said, look, OGD, this is what we are thinking, you just need to explain what you are doing to me, but you don't just like that, and you think, it's not going to happen.
This is not the first time both of you have clashed politically.
Look, this is the first time I'm going to come to public to even explain. Because I've gone beyond a certain level. Somebody is behaving in a way that a governor don't behave that way. In this process, there are lines you don't cross. You wake up one night, carry talks to my wife's property, a 6-story plaza, and maul it down in the dead of the night.
You have proof the governor was behind that?
Proof? He said it openly, that he's the one who asked them to go and do it. He said it openly, and he was boasting. And what did I do? People wanted to go on the stage. I said, no. I've gone beyond all of that. This is private. And we've gone to court. We keep winning in court. You keep appealing. Those are things that are child's play. There are challenges facing our country. There are expectations from our people. Work needs to be done. And I just buried myself doing the work that I have to do. And I'm just saying, look, what is all this all about? When I left as governor in 2011, as the leader of my party at that time, I was responsible for quite a number of things as the leader of the party. But because I was the one who would decide the fate of everybody, I said I was not going to go for the Senate. You see, you cannot, because you have been asked, you are the leader of the party, and you are now trying to control a process where you are an interested party. In civilized environment, even without being told, if somebody wants to discuss, let's say the board meeting, and you want to discuss even things that affect the chairman of the board. Nobody needs to tell the chairman to say, now that you want to discuss my matter, let me excuse.
You were governor for 2 terms, and then you were away for about 12 years. For fairness, let me put the governor's position to you. He says he supported your return to elective office and helped you become senator. But you seem to have a different account, suggesting that you were the one who was instrumental in his narrow governorship victory in 2019. Look, how should Ogun people understand this relationship today?
Look, it's about facts and figures. I'm not given to coming to the public to boast about what I've done. And some of those things I don't get to talk about them. But if somebody in that position decides to deliberately say things that are not true, we have no choice but to say it as it is.
He didn't make you senator.
Just a minute. So let's look back. In all elections that has affected me and Dapo Abiodun, I have defeated him. Our first encounter was in 2003, senatorial primaries. This was the result. 5 of us contested. I defeated him, hands down. In 2015, Governor Dapo Abiodun bidded to go to the Senate in this same senatorial district. He was defeated by Buruji Kashamo. In 2019, and I have all the figures here, my governor wanted to run in 2019. Prior to that election, he was close to the outgoing governor, Ibikola Amosi. But I didn't have a good relationship with Ibikola Amosi, by the way, at that time. But Ibikola Amosi said, look, I'm warning you people. I know Dapo Abiodun more than all of you. He is not a fit and proper person to be governor.
He told you that?
Not just me, he told everybody. He told me and everybody. And I said, look, I'm not obliged to listen to you. Well, you are in the saddle. Why you better?
Because I was also going to say,
just a minute.
Let me just butt in.
Just a minute.
Yes.
Just a minute. And we then dutifully decided, notwithstanding Ibikola Amosi's position, to support Dapo Abiodun.
Yeah, exactly the point I was making, because
just a minute.
You appointed him, you supported him
just a minute. So
yes.
we supported him. And I'll tell you why we did. Because the other person who wanted to run was Buruji Kashamo. And from the totality of the information that was available to me, I thought I would have done the state a disservice if I don't do what I did. So I did it without any regret. And that was the situation in 2019. And with due respect, listen to this. I have the result of the election of 2019 here. The only senatorial district that Dapo won was our own, Ogun East. You can make your deductions. What the result would have been if we didn't support him.
It was a narrow win, no doubt.
19,000. Yes. And not just that. I repeat, he lost the totality of election in Ogun Central. He lost in Ogun West. It's only in our senatorial district that he got the marginal win.
Otunba, all of that is in the past now. The difference with this primary election,
it's not the past. That because look,
is that he is governor, is incumbent.
It's okay. We have beaten incumbents before. And incumbents have been known to lose elections before. So that's really, for me, that's not an issue. It's about what is your distribution to the people. And if people like you believe because somebody is an incumbent, then it means that what are we talking about? So it means that all you need to do is to just wangle your way, become an incumbent, and then once you become an incumbent, there's nothing else that can happen. Let's go to 2023. Because that is where the crux of the matter came. I joined the party. And it was the president who pleaded with me that Dapo is not looking good. Go and support him. And that's how we all went, carried all my machinery, and supported him to win in 2019. Then 2023, I tried to go to the Senate. And he vehemently opposed it. Publicly, in fact, he said over his dead body. But I stood my ground, and finally, I got the ticket. The narration that I'm very happy about is that, he was the one who made sure I got the ticket. That is not true. Part of the case is that there was nothing he did not do to stop me.
If you helped him so much, from the top of my head, I'm thinking,
let me finish.
Why has he repaid good with evil according to your position?
You have to ask him what the problem is. You know how long you've been pushing me to come here and say I'm not going to talk. But after some time, everybody say, go and say a few things. Look, 2023, sitting governor, 4 years in the saddle, and he lost the election in this same senatorial district. Out of 9 local government, he marginally won 2. Lost in all the wards in Iperu, his own town. Lost his ward, lost his local government, lost his senatorial district. Was he not an incumbent? He had all the powers as an incumbent. Everything was there. And then the story is that it's OGD who made him lose. I didn't know that I've become so powerful. And if I was so powerful to make him lose election, even in Iperu where he comes from, maybe he should have been worshipping me before now. So the point I'm trying to make is this. First thing first, this bad story about somebody helping somebody. Yes, it is true that towards the end of that primaries, there were 9 local governments. We have finished 5, and results are here. And I was informed that he got security reports that this is going to be a disgrace. If you allow this man to go on and win, then he called me. While the primaries was close to an end, he called me. And he said, OGD, Your Excellency, I'm so excited to hear from you. Say, there's something I want to do. Fantastic. What do you want to do? Hey, let me give you a head. Has Aujale called you? I said, no. Let me give you a head start. I've told Aujale, you should please intervene and let this election go your way. Thank you, Your Excellency. And I quickly told the people, don't stop the election you are doing now. What do you want me to do? I thanked him. But the person who said he supported me, after I took the primaries, I went through 103 wards, 13 local government rallies. He did not attend one. And not only that, he was insisting that nobody should come. In fact, anybody who attended my rallies or protests is in trouble. It's in panel grata. So this business of supporting, it's not logical.
I hear you, Otunba. It's important to note here that Governor Abiodun has a right of reply because the conversation.
You know what I want. You know what I want to tell you.
Yes.
Listen, Nifemi.
We'd like to hear from him as well.
Now, what I want to do is now a public challenge. Let's stop all this business of chup Chinese whispers. I would like to sit with him in public. And I will come with facts and figures and let him sit down. Let's face it. Let's talk. It's time. So some of these things that you are hearing, all these lies, no. Let him come. I'm throwing a public challenge that I want him, my governor, to let's sit down. He's a good talker. Let's now sit down. Let's ask ourselves questions. Let's provide facts and figures. And I hope this one will happen because you started it.
Otunba.
Let me say, part of the reason why I'm not happy with, let me tell you this.
Yes.
Our governor has been governor for 7 years. I have not seen him agree to an interview. Not one.
I've actually interviewed him before, Otunba.
I don't know.
I've interviewed him on the news before, a couple of years. In fact, I think I've had like 2 interviews with your governor.
I'm not aware, but I've never seen him.
I'll share the link with you.
He
speaks with the media.
The important thing
he's
that
been on
I'm
sister
saying,
stations as well.
This is an opportunity. Now, please invite him. Now, this is not a challenge. I'm asking him to come. But what I'm not happy about, democracy is about openness. A lot of people have been harassing us. OGD, you are part and parcel of this government. All these things that you are doing, where are the costs? Why is it that nobody knows the cost of anything? And then one man said he was going to use the Freedom of Information Bill to ask our government to produce certain facts. They did not oblige him. The name is Okwebanwo. I think he's a Canadian-based lawyer. He went to court. And the court gave a judgment that the government should provide all the information for him. And we were quite excited. I was shocked to my marrows 2 days ago when I saw that my government has appealed against a judgment that says provide information, freedom of information bill.
You know
what is my government hiding?
Critics will say the reason why you're talking like this is because the governor wants your seat at the Senate.
No.
But I want us to talk about your long political relationship with President Tinubu, because it dated back Nadeko days. And you mentioned that he also intervened in 2023, right? That you support Governor Dapo Abiodun. Have you sought his intervention on this one? Because you are two party men in the APC.
Well,
one is an incumbent governor.
Well, my relationship with the president dates way back. And if you must be told, the reason why I'm in the party is because of the president. If you must also be told, the reason why we've maintained peace and tranquility, that's why I've not complained, is because I felt that, look, the president might be having other challenges in other zones. We knew where we're coming from. If I go into a party, it shouldn't mean that I should be making any fuse.
Because just yesterday, we heard that President Tinubu intervened in Kano, Guazo stepping down for the deputy Senate president. Have you spoken to the president about this challenge in your senatorial district?
Well, even if I speak to the president, it's not for me to begin to discuss. That is something that is completely private and confidential. But I can assure you, and that is the point that I can say, that the president is aware of what's going on. I strongly believe that it's his timing. And I think that at the right time, he will do the needful. Don't forget, and I want you to understand what is going on. Maybe you don't. Give me a chance to explain it to you. I was once a governor, and we have our governor's forum. Very powerful. I don't want to put it this way, but sometimes we blackmail presidents. And we say to them, look, we will not do this if you don't do this for us. So I have a strong feeling that the governor's forum might be putting a lot of pressure on the president. And to that extent, it is not for me to be pushing because I know what could be going down. My job is to do my work. All we're asking for is a right environment for us to have a free and fair primaries.
My interest really is that given recent reports of presidential intervention in APC contest elsewhere, and let me ask you this directly. If President Tinubu personally asks you to step down for Governor Dapo Abiodun, will you obey?
Of course I will. The president is the leader of the party. If the president calls me and says, look, OGD, for whatever it's worth, this is the game I want to play, of course I will.
You know, some would say that you've had your turn. Why not allow rotation? You were governor twice.
No, there you are wrong. I've explained this to you, that even if we look at it in terms of, it's not about turn. Let me tell you what happened. While I was governor, I did a lot of work. And to be very honest with you, it was 8 years of hard work, building blocks for the new Ogun State. It is because of my master plan that we did all these things you are hearing now, about an airport being built, about a deep sea port, about the refinery, and so on and so forth. Let me confess that I'm in pain. Of course, after I finished 8 years, between you and I, that day that I handed over, I got myself into the plane because I felt, look, thank God, Moti Solayo.
You left the country.
I went just to go and rest. I don't know how somebody will work for 8 years and still say he still don't want to rest. But what happened? 12 years later, a lot of the things that I did were nearly destroyed. We lost the Dangote refinery to Lagos. Carelessness. The deep sea port should have been completed by now. The only reason why I'm thanking Dapo Abiodun is that he finally came and did the airport. All of those things were things that we have put in place.
Because I was going to say there was a governor before him.
I felt very, very unhappy. Yes. Look, Ogun Waterside is the gold location of this state.
Hold that thought for a minute, Otunba. We have completely run out of time. We are going to...
Have we started?
We're going to have an extended version. You can continue to watch this off-com. Thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of the show. It continues on other platforms. We're hoping that you'll be able to join. Thanks for staying with us, everyone. I'm here in the studio with Otunba Gbenga Daniel, Senator representing Ogun East, and former Governor of Ogun State. Otunba, thank you for staying the course on the program.
Thank you.
I've heard you say that you're going to win this primary election against Mr. Governor if it is free and fair. Do you have concerns about the direct primary in Ogun State?
Well, like I've said, that is the best that can happen in the circumstances. But having said that, direct primaries are under the direct control of the party. The problem we already have is that the people who are supposed to be neutral are already coerced by the governor to begin to do these endorsements. And my position is that since the governor is an interested party, even though he is the leader of the party, natural law of justice demands that he immediately recuse himself. That's number one. Also, unfortunately, for the people that he has coerced to come and endorse him, including the chairman of the party and all members, a number of the members of the party who are supposed to be umpires, they have already been coerced publicly. So it is clear now that we need to be very, very careful so that this process is not jeopardized from the beginning. What I think the National Working Committee can do in the circumstances is that all of them should recluse themselves, because they've shown their hand publicly where they belong. I was telling you that I also was in a position like that in 2011. And I said, no, I cannot want to go to the Senate and still be saying I'm the one who is going to control the process. So deliberately I said, no, I won't go to the Senate. After 8 years, let me go and rest a little bit. So there is something morally wrong. And that is part of the problem we have in this country, that it's a country of anything goes. I mean, if you are asked to come and preside, the first thing is for you to say, okay, fine. Whatever you want to do, do it, and we take it from there. That's number one. Number two, for whatever is worse, if you are the leader of the party and you don't find, I want to measure my words, the courtesy to say, look, OGD, how are we going to do it? I'm interested in your position. At least say that to me.
If he asked you nicely, would you have accepted
Who
that
knows?
he runs?
I'm 70. I'm not a desperate politician.
And he's 65.
It doesn't matter.
So he's probably thinking he doesn't have as much time, because you left office and waited for about 12 years. He can afford 12 years after.
Is it compulsory? Must he be there? Is he the only one?
But are you saying that if Governor Dapo Abiodun had called you to inform you,
we could have discussed it?
There's a possibility that you could have stepped down for him.
I'm not saying that, but probably we'll have discussed it. But how do you just want to, I'm on the seat, and the people say I'm doing well, and my people are excited with some of the things that I've been doing, they are looking forward to me, and in any case, like I was saying to you, why did I come back? I came back because a number of things that I did, that I worked, were being jeopardized. You cannot imagine the work we did for the Dangote refinery. And for me to come out and say, what? Sleepless nights? It's the same thing for the deep sea port. And so many other initiatives that we put together.
So the Dangote refinery should have been in Ogun East.
We finished it.
What happened?
And this is part of why I'm not happy with Dapo Abiodun.
But what did Dapo Abiodun now?
Listen to me, because I actually thought that it was Amosu who did it. So once upon a time, Amosu and I decided to come back to resolve. And the first question I asked him is that, look, Ibikule, what happened to the refinery? And he said, go and ask your brother. Who is my brother? He said, your governor was the one that he put to come and do the negotiation.
But that's the comment of one man, and he was governor at the time. You should take responsibility.
That's fine, but the other person also should speak up. Because I'm not hiding names now, and by all means, I'm a responsible citizen. These are major things. That refinery is the biggest in the world. And for me to have done all that work, and the thing just went down the drain, my people are not happy. And when you see me coming out again, that's why when I became the chairman of the Navy, how can I compensate the Ogun State people? And the first thing I pleaded with the chief of naval staff is, please, 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 even if I don't achieve anything here, let's put a naval base in Ogun State. These people have suffered. I put another institution there, Gateway Industrial and Petrochemical Institute, GP, dying dead. So I now have to come back. What can I do? The university, tertiary university that I did, I nearly lost it. Recently, the governor said he couldn't fund it. We have to transfer the university to the federal government. What is going on? The political in Jebugo that I started is in comatose.
What attempt have you made to reconcile with the governor? Because the way it is, even not for personal reasons, because you are a senator, is the governor, you need to work together for the benefit of the people.
Me to begin to tell you this frustration that I had to go through before that we were able to start the naval base in Ogun State. I kept quiet. My governor raised the delegation to the chief of naval staff and said, no, they don't want it. And I said, look, CNS, I plead with you. That is the next destination of oil and gas in Nigeria.
He said they don't want it.
Just because it's OGD that's promoting it. That's how petty the thing had become. But I didn't talk. Because my people are not interested in stories. I went cap in hand. I did what I had to do. And the construction is going on. So what do you want me to say? This thing that I'm saying, I challenge you, call any of the traditional rulers in that place and ask them direct questions. Why? So when you see me coming back now, it is because I felt some of those things that I started, that for one reason or the other were jettisoned. Maybe I have an opportunity to correct a few of them. One of your interviews asked me a question and said, what are you fighting for? I'm not fighting for myself. By all means, I'm a fulfilled man, and I thank God. There's something that I've touched in my life that I've not been successful with. And I'm not a desperate politician. But we have a challenge in our country. This business of anyhow, we have to stop it. That people believe that no how, anyhow. No standard, no value system. Lies, lies, lies. We can't go on like this in this country. That's what it's all about. But like you said, the president is our overall boss. If I receive his call tomorrow, I say, look, forever, I say, leave it for me. That's all. I move on.
It brings us back to your strategy now, because we hear that even some of your supporters say that they allege that they have struggled to access APC membership documentation.
Well, it's part of the...
Are you concerned that your political base is being systematically weakened ahead of this primary?
It is tough and difficult. Political base is about what you do with the people. While they are busy, celebrating that they are... I'm busy helping my people. 4 days ago, I had another program. In that program, 500 people received Medicare. 310 received support from my foundation. Not to talk of somebody saying we disputed. There is poverty in the land. So my own policy is different from theirs. I have come to see what I can help, how I can help the people with the limited resources available to me. And I'm excited that I'm doing it, and the people appreciate me. So when you hear all these things, you go and do your survey on the streets and see what you get. So that's where I'm coming from. And this thing that I've been doing, I didn't just start. The Gateway Front Foundation, I registered 26 years ago, even before I became governor. And I've been using that machinery to empower the people in and out of government. For 12 years I was out of government, we didn't stop. Because we have an eye on what we need to do. Our people require help. Less of politics. Let us help the people. And part of what I'm complaining about is that, Mr. Governor, this is the report of my 8 years tenure. Every single dime that I received is here, documented and handed over. And now I'm saying that in all of my 8 years, the totality of income that I have is about 330 billion. Everything is there, both IGR, both federal, everything is there. And with that money, we did stay there, we did schools, we did... Maybe you don't know. We established 6 tertiary institutions, 6 from the scratch. Opened other campuses, 500 new secondary schools, plenty of primary school, Medicare, sports, everything within that framework. Now, I am worried that today, my state says they have a budget of 1.6 trillion. Anybody can claim credit for that, but we know it is the seed that we germinated, because it doesn't happen overnight. 1.6 trillion in 1 year. The money that I spent in 8 years itself.
And but you need to
listen to me.
You need to say that with the context of the economy of the day.
You will begin to talk about the rate of exchange.
Yes,
somebody has answered.
Billion 25 years ago.
Now, whatever you want to tell me, what is available for the state in 3 months now is what is available for me in 8 years. So you're now going to come to the normal thing. It is a rate of exchange, rate of exchange.
And you're saying
what has happened to salaries? Has salaries multiplied by 100? Come on.
Are you saying governance in Ogun does not justify the revenue?
I think that there is too much opaqueness. And I think that we need to begin to ask questions. Whether Dapo wants to go to Senate or not, at the end of his tenure, he has to answer questions. This is my own report. At the end of my tenure, I produce it for public scrutiny. So whether he is going to say it's a different story. They said, look, towards the end of your tenure, what happened to our resources?
What's your relationship with Senator Amosu now?
I've never had any major issue with Amosu. I told him he attended my 70th. I said, look, Ibikunle, you are just in a hurry.
No, you had an issue before.
Listen to me.
There was an issue between both of you before.
Listen to me. I told Ibikunle,
yes,
you were only in a hurry. Before I was sworn in 2003, Ibikunle has started this campaign to become governor. You want me to repeat myself? In 2003, after I won the election, Ibikunle has started campaign to become governor before my swearing in. We had to manage it. He was ambitious. And I said, well, Ibikunle, God has helped you. You fought and got it. There is no personal issue between me and Ibikunle. No monetary issue. No girlfriend issue. It's just about principle. And once he now found out that the person that he thought was something, okay, so you have now seen. For the sake of our people, can we make up? I'm the one who lost. But that is not important because it's not personal. So this one too with Dapo Abiodun, he has to do right. And listen to me. There are no many voices left in Ogun State that can talk. So if I have superintended that state for 8 years, I'm sitting at the Senate and see things are wrong. And I also join the quiet revolution. Then we are doing disservice to our people. So listen to me. Yes, my issue with Dapo is very, very straightforward. We ask questions, please provide answers. I read somebody today who was lambasting me that I was saying, I said, look, if I raised 7 questions during my rally last week, I say, Mr. Governor, explain 7 things for me. What I expect the government to do is to say, OGD, sorry you missed it. Your question number 1, this is the answer. Question 2, this is the answer. And put me to shame. I've not had any response. Instead, I'm getting abuses from people who are paid to hack writers. We can't run this country like this. And I'm very, very strong about what I'm saying. And let me put another challenge. I'm not like any other politician. And I've challenged people. In all my 8 years, plus another 12 years or so, if you find me tell one lie, bring it to my attention.
I want to make reference to Ekiti State because the governor there has been praised for being able to unite all the previous governors, and there's been some sort of an elite consensus that Governor Oyebanji has achieved. What do you think is happening in Ogun? You know,
the issue is very simple. Oyebanji is what we call Omoluabi. You see, in this process, you don't let power get into your head. Because whether you like it or not, it's tenured. So when you are now Omoluabi, all these things, look, I just told you, you are governor, I'm senator. You want my seat, that's fine, it's ambition. And you don't have the courtesy. Instead, all you've done is that anybody who is upstairs with OGD must be annihilated. If you relate to OGD in Ogun State today, if you have a position, it's taken away from you. Notwithstanding that everybody are members of the party. I didn't talk. Because like I said to you, how should it be that a whole me, and I come to Ogun State, and people are now saying they are fighting over, I've gone beyond that. But I have to balance that with my responsibility as the leader of my people. To listen to what they are saying and to say, somebody must be able to say, look, Mr. Governor, explain this to us. And that's what I'm demanding. Whether I'm in the Senate or not, I will still demand it. Because that is my responsibility. I hope I'm communicating.
I hear you clearly. I'm just wondering if you see, you know, any space or room for reconciliation between you and the incumbent.
I've told you, Chibe reconcile with Amosu. Maybe you don't know, before Kashamu died, I reconciled with him. Because when people are told lies, sooner than later, the lies become exposed. All the people who are surrounding the governor, these are people who didn't take part in the elections. They don't have any clue of how this thing go. They don't understand Ogun State. They just got into Ogun State that is prosperous as a result of the sweat of some of us. And so easily they are just saying, is it like this, so simple? So it's not as straightforward as that. We are not going anywhere, we're going to be here. And they will have it to contend with, except they do right. I don't know whether I'm communicating.
I hear you clearly. We're wrapping up now, and I'm sure that one way or the other, Mr. Governor is going to see this interview. But you've also complained...
Not that. Our agreement is that he's coming here.
I have sent a personal invitation to him already. But, you know, you've complained about the state government.
Wait. Yes. I'm pleading with you. Don't let us be saying things that we cannot respond to ourselves.
Yes.
When you want to say, look, put another chair here, we will not beat ourselves. So you ask questions, he will answer. I'll say, Mr. Governor, sir, what of A, B, C, D? Can you respond to that?
But quickly, you know you have complained a lot about the state government and talking about the revenue they've made and whether or not it reflects in the quality of governance. But local government is also getting money. Are they not part of the problem?
Are you saying you are not aware that all these local government chairmen are not able to complain openly? Are you telling me you are not interviewing some of them, the ones who are bold? Don't you know what happened to what they did there for daring to question the state for taking their money?
But don't they get their funds independently, I mean directly now, from the federal government?
What I'm still hearing is that that is not the case.
In Ogun State?
But I cannot prove it because I'm not in the system. But I can tell you that in all of 8 years I was there, no dime of local government money was withheld by us. You knew what happened, how what I did there was sacked, for daring to say, Mr. Governor, we're not getting our money. And everybody ran away because they don't want to be sacked. So, regrettably, that is part of the problem we have. The local government chairmen, we call them elected, they are appointed. And they believe that in fact, they need to read the Constitution to understand their independence. Because today, they think that they are the whips and caprices of the governor. And none of them is bold enough to say, no, we are not going this way. So those are part of the challenges that we have in the system. It's a systemic problem. And I'm hoping that somewhere along the line, we can begin to find solutions.
We have to go now, but if Governor Abiodun is watching tonight, what would you say directly to him?
Well, I would say, Your Excellency, you are now going to be a former governor very soon.
Just like you.
I will say, Your Excellency, you remember I came to you and I told you pointedly that this young man who is following you is going to be the one who is going to destroy your government. I don't want to mention his name. I hope you have seen that all this trouble, you didn't need it. If you have done a few things right, you will have been sailing through. Look at what is happening in Ekiti State, like you mentioned. There are certain lines you don't cross in this business. There are certain lines you don't cross. I've served the state meritoriously. I repeat, if there is anything that Dapo Abiodun is enjoying today, it is our sweat. When we are running up and down, yes, he did the airport. That is the easiest part of the job, to award the contract. But the money was there. To award the contract is the easiest part of the job. When we are running up and down, doing environmental assessment, jumping into place to put it together, doing the design, acquiring the land, turning the sod, talking to stakeholders, with little or no money in our hands, and everything was done. We got the license. Does he know what I went through to get that license? Does he know how many presidents I had to sit with to get the license for the airport? And then he came, he was struggling, he didn't know what to do. And I said, look, Your Excellency, this is license. And then you pick it, you award the contract, you are making money from the contract you award, and you're not gallivanting that you've done the airport. How?
When you say a young man is listening to, are you saying that Mr. Governor is taking wrong counsel?
For sure. But my own position is that if you're taking wrong counsel, it means your heart is also wrong. We all get cancelled, but if you have a good heart, even if people come and give you counsel for their own selfish reasons, you'll be able to say, okay, thank you very much, I've had. If they give you a counsel and you take it and you accept your clients and you use it to behave, it is what is in your heart.
All right. Good place to leave it. I'm looking forward to that conversation. Governor Abiodun has a right of reply. And
you will have done this program,
Senator Daniel,
the service, if you don't pay us.
Yeah, so this is an open invitation.
And between you and I, if you don't do that, my assumption is that he ran away.
All right.
It's an open challenge.
This is an open invitation to Governor Abiodun. There's a seat here for you. We're going to have Senator Daniel here.
And let's do it quickly.
Or perhaps we should start with an exclusive with the governor, because you had an exclusive. So perhaps we should start.
You started.
You
said you already interviewed him twice.
No, so that it will be fair.
The thing is now very hot.
He did have the privilege of this extended interview. So let's give him one, and then we'll now pair both of you together. But I want to say a big thank you for finding time to join us today on TVC News. We wish you all the best. It looks like an Herculean task to face an incumbent.
No.
In a
the only
election.
thing is that the thing must be fair and fair. What we are having, and I'm saying this, give me 1 minute to say this. The government has all the instruments of state power in their hand. Why is it that the government with the state power are the one who is still scared? Hiring talks. As I speak to you, I'm aware people have been camped. We
cannot independently verify that, so we're going to have to tread carefully.
No,
on that
but I'm the one saying it,
yes.
and I can be sued.
Yes,
I'm the one saying it publicly.
We'll also be joined in the suit, so I won't allow you to say that,
because
you cannot verify that.
Whether you verify or not, I'm saying that this is what I know, and I'm using this opportunity to put him on notice. He doesn't need all those talks.
All right, good place to leave it. Otunba, thank you so much for coming on the program. That's our show today, everyone. Remember, you can watch it again at midnight and 6 a.m. tomorrow. I am Nifemi Oguntoye. See you again soon.